I'm Mademoiselle and Sausage Chanel. Welcome to 12 Days of Halloween 2025. Again, we are right smack in the middle of posting or whatever. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Shout out to all of you guys who have joined the membership and have been getting all these uploads early. For those of you guys who are not aware, we do have a membership, even though I don't really promote it as much. I am so happy that I have like over 80 members. Like, that's not a lot, but like, it is a lot, like, to me. Like, even if it was only like 5 people, it's just the fact that you guys like support me in that way, and I really, really appreciate it. I did make a deal with y'all, right? If you guys get me to 100 members by the end of 12 Days of Halloween, you will be getting at least 2 bonus uploads at the end of 12 Days of Halloween, just as a thank you and a gesture. And if you guys are curious as to what my shirt says, it says, "I do it for my ancestors," which is in the merch shop. Shout out to those of you guys who follow me on Instagram because I've been promoting it on there. Shout out to those of you guys who already got your orders. And of course, if you are on the membership, you do get a discount on your order as well as on Patreon as well. Also understand and be mindful of which tier you use. Just because you're on a membership doesn't mean you have access to all things. There's different perks for different things. Also, if you guys are interested, we will be going to Brazil, July 2026. I'm trying to really see this trip happen. So if it's something that you genuinely really want to go on and you've just been procrastinating, please make sure you guys secure your spot. There are payment plans available. So for this video, we have another KRIK KRAK. Y'all already know when I say KRIK, you guys comment down below KRAK. Now, to be honest with you, I didn't think I still had to say it. We on KRIK KRAK like, what, 50? Like, it's been a lot of KRIK KRAKs, you feel me? And yeah, like, just know. Lowe KRIK KRAK no titala. Is that how you say title in Creole? When you see KRIK KRAK in the title, you just gotta put KRIK KRAK or crack down below, okay? Of course, if you have your stories, please make sure you send them right here. If you see my face and you're confused, we do have multiple channels. Peep the description box for everything you guys always ask me about. So we have 2 KRIK KRAKs. I feel like they're a little shorter, but the last one's a little longer. So let's just hop right into it. Hi, I watch your videos all the time as they are quite intriguing as I can relate. Keep up the good work. Thank you, gang. My name is Daisy, not my real name. Thank God. Because I was like, freak, I'm going to have to edit that out. I am Jamaican and I moved to the US about 9 years ago when I was 14. I thought I'd had enough spiritual experiences back home and thought America was different. Anyways, fast forward to when I was 22, I was a CNA and I did live-in jobs. I moved around with these jobs. In June of 2023, I quit my long-term job as I was overworked and underpaid. I got another job 2 weeks later, and this is where everything went to shit. I could already see where this is going. I want to hear down in the comment section below because I don't know if it's just a personal thing. I know a lot of people who have went through like very demonic type of experiences while being a CNA, or like, no, it's almost always like a CNA or like maybe a LPN type vibe. I have a lot of RN friends, but nobody's ever divulged anything like this to me. I don't know why. Like, a lot of people in that line of work tend to have some of the craziest stories. I think a lot of times it's because they work at night sometimes, or they work with people that are elderly and close to death. I hate to say it like that. Is that appropriate? Okay, y'all know what I mean, right? Like, let me know because it's a lot that goes in with that. I was working at this job with some Ethiopians and my coworker was Kenyan. Before that, I had a meeting with an African pastor who told me I had a spirit husband and something followed me around. I finally heard something I ain't never heard of in my damn life. I've heard of people being husbands or whatever with Orishas, Loa, stuff, spirit, like a ghost, bitch. I've always known this as it affects my plans and anything I need to do to progress. He told me I'm gonna go to bed and get a dream, and I should tell him what the dream is about. No, I wouldn't do anything like that. Okay, let me just see. Anyways, that night, I went to being so skeptical, like I'm not gonna see or dream about anything. Well, that wasn't the case. I don't get it. I had a dream that my mother-in-law was searching for me, single and unmarried. So no, I don't know what y'all be. Child, please proofread, peer, check, what? Okay. I felt a presence watching me, but I couldn't see its face, and I was terrified in my dream. So my dream skips to where I was sleeping in my mom's apartment, and the presence was still behind me. I turned around and it was shaped like my dad, but I still couldn't see its face, and it was following me until I saw my mom praying in the kitchen. I stepped over to my mom as she was praying, and the thing stops in its tracks as my mom was praying. When I woke up, my mom was literally over my head praying. I felt like that kept it away. Fast forward to me working at this new job, and the one night I had a dream that a big black thing came into my room to attack me and my coworker. This is a scary ass dream. I probably would have called out the next day. I told her about it and she laughed at me. Next night, she had the same exact dream with this thing that held her down. She told me she was screaming and I didn't wake up. I guess she meant the friend said she didn't wake up from her dream. I laughed because she laughed at me, LOL. We both had weird experiences in that house. There was coins all over the residents' doors. We didn't really know what it was for, maybe for a fortune or whatever. Money around the doors, there's a certain spirit that I don't want to say makes you, but there's a certain spirit that people serve where they put coins around the doors. Some people do crystals, that's just for protection, but the coins is for a specific. Why can't I remember anything today? It will come to me. I know someone in the comment section is going to tell me exactly who or for what it is. I do know it can be for fortune, but not necessarily. It is connected to a spirit or some sort of practice. Again, comment down below because I know y'all going to correct me and make me remember. To the Incubus situation. One of the nights I was at work and I had a sex dream so intense I felt everything. I woke up and I was soaking wet down there. Okay, TMI. TMI. About 2 days later, I started getting symptoms of a UTI. Went to the doctor, took antibiotics for about 6 months straight for the UTI. Mind you, I wasn't having relations as I was in a long distance relationship and hadn't seen my partner in about a year. And I take really great care of my body as health care costs an arm and a leg. LOL, no, for real. I got so sick of it, I used vinegar, taking salt baths and anything I could to get rid of this shit because it was uncomfortable and it was costing me money. I'm so freaking confused. You took antibiotics for 6 fucking months? That's going to destroy your body more than anything. Maybe it wasn't a UTI. I don't know what type of doctor you was going to. I've had a UTI twice, literally from holding my pee because I'm childish and I got ADHD and sometimes peeing is a lot of work. If you know, you know, okay? It could be the smallest thing. Like, honestly, sometimes like getting out of bed is just like, oh my God, like I think of all the steps thinking like, oh my God, it's so much work. Meanwhile, it'll only take 30 seconds to just get out of bed, right? So I get it. I've had a UTI, but like it went away in like a week and that was it. Like as soon as I started getting antibiotics, that was that. So I'm not understanding 6 months. I don't know. Something going on here. I went to the doctor. They couldn't even figure out what was wrong. No STI/STD, no UTI, no yeast, no BV. They were confused, and so was I. So why the fuck did they give you antibiotics for... Anyways, I gave going to the doctor one more time. I told the doctor what was wrong, and she gave me nothing. So I decided to take matters into my own hands. I kind of stopped being religious a while back as I realized maybe it wasn't for me, but I always pray. I remembered I had some holy oil I got from the African pastor. I used it about 3 nights and I haven't seen a sign of a UTI since or a sex dream. The power of holy tools. Incubus and monitoring spirits plague my life, preventing me from having healthy relationships or making any progressive plan. I'm quite ambitious and mature enough to maintain things. It is recently that I'm realizing that this may not be a physical thing after that UTI experience. First of all, I need to understand why you're calling it a UTI because it's not. There's no way you'd be able to live with a UTI for 6 months because it is that painful. Like it hurts to pee. It hurts to hold the pee. It's like as soon as you feel pee, it's like it's gonna burn. So I'm trying to I call it something else, but UTI is crazy. And yeah, it's giving, what's the word? Not generational curse. I don't know if I'm going to call it a generational curse. I don't know if that's the term I'd like to use for this, but it's giving like malevolent dealings, that aren't of today. Like, I don't think someone in the present day did this. It's giving something inherited. So maybe you really do have a spirit husband that's fucking you over. Could be a lot of different things. I would suggest for this, I would suggest going to your art to go get your archaic, chat, I'm bugging today. Go get your records read. Find out about your past life because that will probably give you all the answers that you need because this is bizarre. Like, I've heard of people having relationships with incubuses, having sex with incubuses, all this extra shit, having demon boyfriends, girlfriends, all types of crap. But them being able to get you sick, I don't know. Like, ghosts and stuff can do a lot of shit, but I don't know anything is possible at this point. So comment down below any advice you have for this one. We're going to get into the next one. So this is actually a follow-up, right? The 2 videos I'm going to link down below. If for whatever reason I do forget, please, one of y'all comment and say, hey, you forgot to put the videos down there. However, I will tell you the name of the titles of the videos are The Merman Saved My Life and I Saw Hell in My Dreams. This is the third time this person is writing in and their dreams be popping. You feel me? So thank you so much for continuously writing in. Hello, Yvana. I hope I spelled your name right. Yes, you did. Thank you so very much for doing so. This is a dream I recently had. I wrote a previous story that is called The Haunted House. I'm not sure if you read it yet or if you have. I think I did. You had said previously you wouldn't remember the stories I've sent to you. You will see the pictures of the videos of the stories that you reacted to. If you see any grammar in this story, my apologies. Yeah, I'm already seeing it, but hey, as long as we can follow it, that's all I and the followers care for, okay? But let us not delay this any further. Once again, grab a drink, grab a snack, and relax. I ain't got shit, but I hope y'all got shit, okay? We're going to create fake names for my four brothers because you will hear it in the rest of the story. I'm going to keep their names private as you want them private as well. My mom and dad's names are going to stay as mom and dad. So my eldest brother is going by the fake name Jojo. My second eldest sibling, my sister, her fake name is Lulu. The third sibling's brother's name is Gigi. I'm done. Are you Haitian? Gigi, yo, the word Gigi be having me done. My first sibling's brother's fake name is Yo-Yo, and my youngest brother is Bibi. God damn, how many siblings you got again? Shit! I'm going to stay as me, or I don't want to make this long. These nicknames are very Haitian if you feel like... I knew it! I freaking knew it. Oh, God, if you feel like you didn't pronounce it right. So, basically, me and my sister Lulu are in the room laying down, and we are doing our own thing. Then I hear a knock at the bedroom door, and I'm like, it's probably two of my annoying brothers, Gigi and Yo-Yo, because that's what they usually do. Bother me and Lulu or play games. I opened the door and it wasn't either of them. But this random dude I've never met, and he said, "Hey, I'm your friend." And I told him, "No, I don't know you." And then I slammed the door and laid back down on the bed. A few minutes later, another knock comes at the door, and then I got up once again and then opened the door. But this time, it was disguised as one of my best friends. Hold up, is this a dream? Yes, this is a dream. Okay, I had to make sure, like, I know this is not happening in real life, and you just, shit, I'd be in a insane asylum. Like, what? This time, it was disguised as one of my best friends. I let her in and we started talking. A few minutes later, it changes back into the previous form from earlier. It was a demon. And then me and my sister Lulu started telling it to leave, but it wouldn't leave. So then we ran out the room and it started chasing us. I'm done. Y'all have the scariest dreams, bro. Then a sword came into my hand and then I cut the demon's head off. Then I told everyone to come to the front. Once everyone came out, we told them what happened and I was trying to get us out the house. But then a light came from the ceiling and this man came down. I'm thinking it's Archangel Michael coming to help. But then once he came down, I asked him to help us because there were demons in the house. But then he said, "I can't help." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" Then he had gotten angry because I said something. I don't remember. Afterwards, I saw his form and what he really was, and he was really a demon. This is giving an interpreted dream. If you guys are not aware, like, dreams typically do have a purpose. Sometimes it has to do with your subconscious. Like, obviously, if you're watching this video right now, you might have a dream about one of the themes or whatever that I spoke about in this video, or whatever it is the last thing that you consume before you go to bed. However, there are dreams that basically, most of the time, a lot of times, your dreams are just trying to tell you something or warn you about something in real life. In this case, it's giving that you got a lot of snakes in your life. It's giving like you got people that you shouldn't be trusting. I had a dream like this a minute ago, like a few years ago. And yeah, I had to clean house. I had to cut off a lot of people. So then me and Gigi was fighting him and we got to him outside. Wait, so me and Gigi was fighting him and then we got him to go outside. Then I told everyone to go and me in the girl room. Oh my God, hold on. Period, y'all. Run it through ChatGPT if you have to. Okay. Then I told everyone to go. Me in the girl room and stay there. I don't get it. I was telling Bibi to go to the room and he was still laying down and reading. I was holding the door trying to prevent him from coming into the house. He would open the door and I would close it. It was like a repeat over and over again until he suddenly stopped and I took that chance. So I told Gigi to pick him up and take him to the room. So Gigi picked him up and halfway to the room, Bibi said he can walk. And then I got mad at him and snapped, telling him that's what you should have been doing because you haven't moved and laying down like this was a game. Am I the only one that don't understand what I just read? I don't understand that, but okay. Hopefully some of y'all do. Once Gigi came back, we carried Dad. He was sick at the time and people were jealous of my dad and put a curse on him. Very long story. If you want to know, I'm in the comments and I'll send them over to you. Honestly, yeah, send it. There's a lot of people I know personally going through this with their parents, and it's very unfortunate. And I grabbed a few things from the table, then took our dad to the room, and we gave him to my other brothers, because it just says my other. So I'm just putting brothers in there so it can make sense, right? So let's try again. I grab a few things from the table, then take our dad to the room, and we gave him to our other brothers, Jojo, Yo-Yo, Bebe, Lulu, and Mom. Okay, Chad, I don't freaking know. That's not the... Okay, we'll just say she gave him to the family. But then JJ and the demon was still fighting him once he opened the door. My siblings made sure to defend the door from demons coming into the room. He started fighting JJ, and I ran, and I went to the laundry room, grabbed 2 short sticks and 1 short one. Okay, hold on. I read that wrong. I ran and went to the laundry room to grab 2 short sticks. No, I didn't read that wrong. Okay. They said they went to go pick up 1 short stick, 1 long stick. Oh, Lord. Okay. I go back to the front and I started fighting this demon and gave JJ the long stick, and we started fighting him again. Then JJ fell and I picked him up and we started running. But then once outside, this big fat green dude came in and me and JJ started fighting him off. And then it cornered us in the bathroom. Then I had a sword again, and out of nowhere, and and then cut the demon's head off. Y'all, seriously, please read these. Do not write the way you speak, because y'all think it makes sense. You guys are probably like speeching to dictate this so that it comes out a certain way. Trust me, it's not going to come out good when someone else is reading it. Then me and JJ started running, and we finally got into the room. I looked through the peephole that appeared out of nowhere, and we saw a group of people standing outside the room. Down? Okay. They were all dark-skinned. They had the most prettiest eyes. They were blue/green eyes like crystals. Outside suddenly looked like a cave. Some lady came out of nowhere, and we had a stick with fire on it, and we were poking her with it. Everywhere, fire on her. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, y'all. I know y'all are so upset, because I'm upset reading this. It's very difficult to read. So let me try to interpret. Some lady came out of nowhere. We had a stick with fire on it. We were poking her with it everywhere, and there was fire on her. Throw the door as if it was invisible. Okay, maybe they meant say through the door as if it was invisible. And parts of the holes turned dark veins and then healed. And she became more and more beautiful. Okay. Then the lady standing outside was telling these people, I just want to help them, manipulating them. And they said, all right, we will open the door for you. While doing that, I started thinking what to do because they are going to come in. I said, where is the Archangel tablet stone? We started looking for it and one of us found it. Then we sat around in a dark circle and then started praying on it. Then as we started to pray, the tablet started to grow. And I was crying because the broke door and the archangel came through the tablet, and the light around the room started to turn bright. I hope I'm reading that right. This is very hard to read, but we're almost there, guys. I'm still crying, and once he finally comes through the tablet, the room was so bright that none of the people could come in, and then he was massive, tall, dark-skinned, and he had armor all over his body. His wings weren't so then. He got on his knees, and I was still crying. I begged him to help us, and he said, I'll take care of it. He then started striking people with lightning everywhere at these peoples. And afterwards, I woke up, and then I woke up with a headache. I had prayed before I fell asleep, so I talked to my eldest Jojo about it as I sent it to the group chat. He told me that someone from my dad's side, which let me tell you, those people are evil, referring to the old generation. My great-grandmother from my dad's side locked up Ursula Dentor, who happens to be related to my family by blood because of my ancestors are her child or something like that. Nigga, what? So I have heard, okay, and I think it depends on where you're from in Haiti too. I have heard that Ursula Duntor was a real person. I cannot confirm or deny it, but if that's the case, that would kind of make Ursula a god, not necessarily a loi. But that's not the point. Yeah, I've never heard of anyone directly being descendants of the Ursula. But what are we talking about? Locked up Ursula Duntor? What does that mean? So they locked up family back in the day, and now she came back with a vengeance? I wouldn't be shocked if that's what that was. Yikes. Jojo, as well as Lulu, found out that someone was very upset that we took her chains off and happy to be able to help us freely because we are grandchildren. She was mad as hell when she found out that someone was trying to kill us. She said she loves us very much as we do the same. She said that the spirits and the other lois associates with people who have good hearts. We figured out that if you have someone in your family that is related to Loi, which is very uncommon, That means you are able to communicate directly to them instead of having to go to other people to do it. Well, if you want other stories, once again, do reply in the comments. Also, KRIKRAK. But anyways, I love you. I'm sorry for your loss. As well, I can't wait for your next songs. If you plan to make more of them, my favorite currently is I Needed Love by You. Thank you so much. I plan to make music when I have time, which nowhere time soon. So sorry about it. But thank y'all. Y'all be here with it. Thank you. I still miss my aunt dearly. So sad. Coming up on that first year in a few months. It's around my birthday, so it's not gonna be a great January, even though like it's my birthday. But thank you so much. Yeah. So I have also heard of the whole direct descendant of Loa thing. The only problem is not many people are directly descendants of Loa or would know that they are direct descendants of Loa. This is interesting. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I know people that serve Urzuli, including my dad. So I'm gonna ask him, like, hold up, was she a real person? Because I've heard of it in passing. Personally, I don't know if it's true or not.
Y'all, so I asked 3 separate people who serve Urzuli, whether one or all. Of course, I also asked my dad, and literally all of them were like, no, like I have heard something like that, but like, no, I don't think she was like a real person in real life. There was one person that said they more than likely think, if anything, Urzuli Jerouge. And that's because if you guys haven't if you guys have not watched my videos on Urzuli, you would know there's different ones. I've only done videos on the 3. So I've done Urzuli Dontor, Urzuli Freda, and Grun Urzuli, but there's more. There's also Urzuli Jerouge. Now, technically that one, she might be a real person because she falls under the Petro family, and the Petro family were born in Haiti. But even if, right, like Urzuli was a Loa or a Gad, because if she was alive, that would make her a Gad, not necessarily a Loa, which we've talked about. Hopefully I remember to link all the information in the references down below, but it's like the Urzulis, like the Urzuli Dontor specifically comes from Africa. So that's pretty hard to trace back if anyone would be a descendant of her if she did exist in real life. Freda, if I'm not mistaken, I don't remember right now off the top of my head, I believe was made in Haiti. And child, I don't know.
But I would love to hear your comments down below. Do you think Urzuli Dontor was a real person? Personally, I don't think so. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. I also want to know what you guys think about the story. I'm so sorry that it was hard to read because I was stressed reading that. I hope I edit it to a way where it's easier to follow. But it's funny because Urzuli Dontor is like basically the spirit that saved my life because, you know, she kind of killed all the rest of my siblings. Hopefully I remember to put the Urzuli videos that I've done down in the description box down below. But just in case I forget, just type in Chronicles of Azul Urzuli and they will all pop up. This is interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. But again, please make sure you guys add down below. If you guys have your stories that you want to send, please send them to this email. Don't send them anywhere else because I will trash them. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for always supporting me. I hope you guys are enjoying 12 days of Halloween, and I'm going to see y'all next time. Bye!